Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and today I wanted to talk about the ZEPHER PX. For those of you that didn't watch my last video, somebody actually pointed out, and I don't know how the heck I missed it, but there was a new version of the ZEPHER that's been loaded into the game. It's actually a version that's currently still on lockdown. So let's go in and actually take a look at what the differences are here. So you've got your stock ZEPHER here, which is the 105 ZEPHER, with a description that says that you're firing a salvo of 105mm high explosive rounds, which are extremely deadly to light armored targets. Direct hits are required to damage heavily armored targets. No surprise there. We hover over the ZEPHER PX, and it's got the exact same description. So that's not really giving us a whole lot to go on. So let's dig in just a little bit more. The stock ZEPHER has a maximum ammo capacity of 264 rounds. It's quite a few. When we compare that to what we've got out of the PX has a stock or a maximum ammo capacity of 119. Now, to me, this can mean one of two things. Either this weapon hasn't had its certifications tweaked, and this is what we're going to see, or this isn't what we're going to see when this ends up being released. Maybe this gets bumped up closer to the 200 number we just saw. Or maybe, and this is kind of me putting on my tinfoil hat, maybe this means that this weapon is going to be a slower firing version of the stock ZEPHER. Perhaps maybe you've got a 3-round clip or a 4-round clip, so you can kind of send a smaller salvo out, but maybe it does more damage. My guess with this is that it's probably going to be a middle ground between what you get out of the Dalton with the one-shot super precise, heavy damage weapon compared to the infantry spamming and slaughtering ZEPHER stock. So the other thing to keep in mind is the Dalton's maximum ammo capacity is 119 as well. So this seems like it's really going to fall into that middle ground there. So let's talk about this for a sec. ZEPHER PX, what could that possibly stand for? I mean, it could be projectile, maybe the P is prototype. I think what this probably is going to stand for is precision explosive. Yes, I know explosive starts with an E, but that being said, you know how these things work. So that would be my guess. So what's actually going to happen here? I think we're probably going to see less splash damage or blast radius than the Dalton, but this is probably going to do more damage versus armor than the stock ZEPHER does. I think what this is going to end up doing, and I keep saying I think because this is just me speculating on what I can see here. I think this is being introduced to define the weapon's roles a little bit. You've got the Shredder, which has been buffed a little bit lately, and now it's really going to be a air dominance weapon. It's going to be used against infantry really well, and it can stay on moving targets pretty effectively. Then you've got your Dalton, which is your pure air-to-ground hammer that's actually going to do a lot of damage against heavily armored targets. Think Prowlers, Vanguards, Mag Riders. You've got your stock ZEPHER, the one that we've been using, which is okay against armor, but I think it really shines, and you all know this, against slaughtering groups of enemies that are spawning out of a Sunderer. It's going to be, I think, the main infantry variant for your Liberator. And then I think where the ZEPHER PX fits in is it's probably going to really shine against light armor. Think things like Maxes and Sky Guards, even just normal Lightnings. And it's probably going to do a lot of damage against things like main battle tanks as well. So I think what's happening here is this weapon will be introduced at some point to actually complement those other classes and define these roles a little bit better. That being said, there's people out there that go and dig and look around for these weapon models that are actually within the game files, and nobody's found anything that's actually separate for this yet. Doesn't mean it's not out there, but nobody's actually found it. Again, one of two things. Maybe one, this was introduced in here on mistake and nothing's going to come of it, or maybe two, it's going to share the exact same weapon model as the normal ZEPHER, so maybe they don't need a separate weapon model. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited to see because I love the different weapons and how these things are kind of defining the roles and how you play the game. I like having the options. So something that fits that middle ground between the Dalton and the ZEPHER is exciting in my book, and if that's what it turns out to be, I'm really looking forward to it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. If you haven't yet hit sub, I will make sure that as soon as more information comes out on this, you guys will get it. And then if you have any different ideas on what this could be, let me know. It'd be cool if it was something like napalm, but I really doubt it. So if you've got ideas, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.